My name's Duddy, so I do builds and stuff. Yesterday I did a Khepri's Horn video that literally clears out GM spawns with your barricade. It's absolutely nuts. And I got a comment on the video that got me thinking, Aaron France, this would be better with 200 class as Solar doesn't have any inbuilt damage resistance. And this got me thinking, I don't usually do 200 class ability builds, but I thought actually this might be really good. So not only now from yesterday's video have we got room clearing GM spawn Solar barricades, we're now going to be able to get a full 40 HP overshield every time we use our class ability. And if you saw yesterday's video, I was getting my class ability back every 2 seconds, and that's like a long time. I was getting between 1 and 2 seconds. It's an absolute joke, and this build gives you a nice supply of restoration on tap infinitely, and like I said, you can infinitely blow things up with your ignitions. So I've sort of reworked it to make it even more tanky. You're already quite tanky anyway with that little bit of restoration, but now it's just absolutely crazy. As always, as I promised, I'll be giving some emblems away for my next few videos. I've got this beautiful emblem to give away. There will be a code hidden somewhere in the video, so stay tuned. So yeah, basically I remade yesterday's video, so stay with me, I'll break it down. I could do a shorter version, basically Khepri's Horn. Solar Final Blows recharge your barricade. While you have Solar Super equipped, casting your barricade unleashes waves of solar energy that damages scorched targets, combatants damaged, and guardians defeated, develop into a Sunspot. Paired up with Praxic Blade Impact Core, which scorches. So you've got a nice supply of scorching, ignitions, either way you do it. Your class ability with Khepri's Horn will cause an instant ignition, but the scorch on the Impact Core is very important with the Solar Super. So there's your Khepri's, we'll go into that in a moment. And then just keep an eye on my class ability here. Look what's happening. My class ability is back, and I'm also getting a nice supply of restoration. Check yesterday's video if you want a more in-depth sort of guide on it. Ember of Singeing. Class ability recharges faster when you scorch target. That's a no-brainer. You're going to be scorching all the time. 2-piece combat meditation from the Sage Protector. Gives you grenade and class ability back. That paired up with your Ember of Singeing. You're already proccing your Ember of Singeing with your barricade, you're proccing Ember of Singeing with your sword, you've got your class ability and your grenade recharge rate from your Sage Protector 2-piece, and you can literally just keep spamming that barricade down. Now you'll notice in my health bar there, I've got 160 class ability at the moment. I'll show you how to get 200 in a moment. And this class ability is an absolute joke. It is 3 kills, it causes ignitions left, right and centre. Adding the Sol Invictus aspect, Solar Ability Final Blows, Hammer of Sol Impacts create Sunspots. So when you stand in one of these Sunspots, it's going to scorch targets, and it's going to give you a nice little supply of restoration. And these Sunspots will develop from your barricade kills and from your Impact Core, scorch, ignitions from your lightsaber or your Praxic Blade. So you've got a nice little supply of restoration going all of the time. The highest I could get my class ability without mods at the moment is 158. However, I'm going to show you a really easy way to get a 200 class ability very, very easily. So if you just take a look at my health bar, that is a 160, 158. You're getting about 30% HP extra on that overshield now. Now, bearing in mind, you're going to be able to proc these barricades every second, and all that extra damage you're doing, and that restoration. I just want to say, like yesterday's video, I've got a lot more clips of that, and it's a bit more sort of guided, a bit more in-depth. So if you want to see more in-depth one, check that out. Now, the class font, double of these, will give you plus 40 on your class item. So every time you pick up an orb of power, it's going to give you plus 40 with 2 of these equipped, which will make my class ability 198, which is almost 200. I'm going to farm some more armor out. So now you can see my overshield is popping up to full overshield, which, corrects me if I'm wrong, I've done a bit of research, it's 40 HP. It's not quite a void overshield, but a full 200 class ability will give you 40 HP. Now add that in to the amount of times you can literally keep spamming this barricade. Obviously your Praxic Blade is very, very good this season. Loads of extra damage, but your barricade is like an extra weapon. It is so, so good. It will literally cause ignitions left, right and centre without you even knowing it. And even if it doesn't cause that ignition, it's going to scorch and burn things away, creating all them little sunspots. And now we've got restoration and an exceptional amount of free overshield. So you don't have to worry too much about your weapon stat because your barricade will literally kill GM enemies minus 50. So you'll see in a few clips how much damage these are doing. Void Banes, Void Caltrops, not a problem. Get your barricade down and things are just going to go pop. A couple of other weapons to consider as well as your lightsaber. Solar Sword, Attrition Orbs, works very nicely with Burning Ambition. This one fits the bill absolutely perfectly. You've also got other swords, you don't have to be solar. You could go the Ill-Omen, Attrition Orbs, just to keep a constant supply of that class ability fonts. So, like for example here, I've just put my barricade down, I'm using my Ill-Omen, creating orbs of power whenever I want, and I'm also running Powerful Attraction. So every time I put my class ability down, I'm going to auto pick up orbs, which is going to give me that full HP overshield, 200 HP, well 198, but it was completed about 2 points. Very, very nice on top of your restoration. Now my next few clips are just going to show you again, like how good this barricade is for clearing ads. You can't do this with many other builds in the game. You can't stand directly under this blight and sponge all that damage. Getting that restoration going. You do plenty of damage with your Praxic Blade. And again, minus 50 spawns, no health. Bit of, look at that, free overshield, bit of restoration. Now, it's just absolutely nuts how many enemies you can kill with this as well. And this sort of setup enables you to go toe-to-toe with GM bosses. You get an overshield there, look. And I'm also getting my restoration on tap. Extra damage from my class ability, etc, etc. Now, there is some other gear set bonuses to add with a 2-piece Sage. You could go 2-piece Therapeuten because every time you heal, which works with your restoration, and you Sol Invictus, you're going to get 10% DR. You could also go Smoke Jumper as well. It's up to you, either or. I think I'd probably go with Therapeuten to get that extra 10% DR on top of your overshield while you're healing. So that's a little option. Now, if you just keep an eye on that bottom left, every so often you're going to see that resist, that little resist there. That's the 2-piece Therapeuten, and that's pretty much active all the time because you're always going to be having your restoration going. So whenever you take any damage, you've got that 10% DR on tap with Therapeuten. I covered Therapeuten real early on in the season. I said it was a good gear set. A lot of people sniggered at me, said it was crap, but this was on like the second day. Now Therapeuten 2-piece is sort of considered to be very good. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I'm going to leave a dim link for this video. I'll also link yesterday's video. Like I said, if you want like a more sort of in-depth, it's like an extra couple of minutes long where I break it down a little bit more. I'll leave all my stats, etc., mods, fragments, aspects like so, but I will leave a dim link. Let me know what you think. 200 class ability builds. Are they worth it? I think they are on this type of build where you don't have DR. And again, shout out to the commenter who made me sort of consider it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.